the suicide bomb. They're reporting that the suicide bomber tried to get into a primary school but was rejected entry. But like I said, state government themselves have said they don't know all the details yet. So as soon as we have more reliable information, you'll get that as well. Second hard fact of the day: 42 confirmed COVID cases yesterday in 8 states. That's just 2 more cases than Monday. Third hard fact of the day: the government is looking for 90 people who broke quarantine rules after coming into the country from Brazil, India, and Turkey. Now, remember that Brazil and Turkey are on the watch list, so people can fly in from there, but they have to be quarantined for 7 days. Meanwhile, travel from India is banned, but apparently these other guys came in through India. They came in from India through other countries. And now the government has declared all 90 of them to be a public health hazard. And there's now a manhunt for these people, 90 of them. COVID-19 is not over, Lagos. So please don't stop taking your precautions. You're seeing people coming in and not self-quarantining. So that's all you need to know, honestly, as far as keeping yourself safe is concerned. When you must go out to work, to buy essentials, you have to wear a mask. Remember that Lagos, last I checked, had vaccinated less than 300,000 people. Nigeria as a whole has vaccinated 1.8 million people. That's not a large enough number for you to be taking risks. So wear your mask, wash and sanitize your hands, and keep your distance from people. And join all of Lagos who listens to Nigeria Info, who listen to Hard Facts. 1 million Lagosians, they cannot be wrong. They tune into this show every day and start with the big 3, where we're going to talk about the Garba Shehu exchange with Southern governors. Garba Shehu exchanging words with Southern governors. Then let's talk about the bill to scrap the NYSC. That's the conversation you were having with Joyce just before I came on. We'll talk about that, the bill to scrap NYSC. And then we'll talk about police in Lagos stopping 2 attempts to burn down police stations. Now, you can talk to us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. Chukwudi will bring you Community Report because it's a Tuesday. And we are also streaming live on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. Then at 5 o'clock on the Big Hard Fact, let's talk about the Asaba Accord. Yes, it's still getting a lot of reactions from different stakeholders all over the country. So at 5 o'clock, we'll have a conversation about it. Ikemesi Defyong from SBM Intelligence will join us. News updates will come your way on the hour every hour. If you want to win on just a minute on this particular show, you need to listen to every single thing that I say. That's how you win on just a minute. But now it's time for the big 3, Lagos. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
This is the big 3.
The big 3 on Hard Facts
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Who is right in the argument between Garba Shehu and Southern governors? Should NYSC be scrapped? And how can the police restore public trust? Those are your big 3, Lagos. Let's talk about them. The Asaba Accord, like I said, is still generating heat. This time, Garba Shehu blasted the Southern governors, but Rotimi Akeredolu clapped back. And that's our first story. Garba Shehu is the president's media aide. He came out swinging yesterday and he called the Southern governors' open grazing ban politicking and a plan to, quote, demonstrate their power. He also said, quote, it is very clear that there was no solution offered from their resolutions to the herder-farmer clashes that have been continuing in our country for generations, end quote. And then Shehu questioned the legality of the open grazing ban. Basically, he echoed the position of the Attorney General, Malami, that the ban violates the right to freedom of movement. In contrast, Shehu said that President Buhari has come up with a solution to end the crisis. Now, first of all, I should point out that he acknowledged the existence of what he called unwielding killer headsmen. He mentioned this as a separate problem from clashes between farmers and herders. But he said the president's plan to roll out grazing reserves in willing states will go a long way to resolving the problem. Akeredolu replied, Rotimi Akeredolu, the Ondo State governor. He replied, he's also the Southern Governors Forum chairman, and he's accused Garba Shehu of being an agent of confusion who doesn't really speak for the president. He also challenged Shehu's claim about illegality by pointing out that the law gives governors control over all land in their state. Remember that I read a portion of the Land Use Act for you that does exactly that. You remember, right? He also said that the ban on open grazing doesn't stop freedom of movement. It only stops violence against innocent citizens. Akeredolu also faulted the ranching plan that Garba Shehu mentioned. He said that it would allow the very same people that Garba Shehu called gun-wielding killer herdsmen to get land for free in peaceful communities. He also faulted the idea of the ranches having schools and spaces for whole families to move to. Basically, Akeredolu says that these things will make the ranches colonies, not businesses. Now, if you remember, this was one of the big conflict points in the debate over Ruga versus NLTP. Ruga also had provisions for schools and settlements, which many governors from North Central and the South did not want. This was why eventually the federal government shelved Ruga and went with NLTP. NLTP is the National Livestock Transformation Program. The idea was that NLTP was voluntary and it was going to be run as a PPP with private investors operating the ranches, treating the cattle owners as paying customers, not settled residents. And so some observers are wondering whether Garba Shehu's statement is announcing the return of Ruga by the back door. Because he didn't mention NLTP, which was conceptualized by Audu Ogbe, the then Agric minister, and promoted by the vice president. Instead, he said the new ranching plan was created by the current Agric minister, Sabo Nanono. So that's the situation. Do you agree with Garba Shehu or do you agree with Governor Akeredolu? That should be a poll, I'm thinking. Men, call me on 0700-993-993-993. Women, call me on 01465-7190. Let me take those numbers slower. Men, call me on 0700-993-993. Women, call me on 01465-7190. 01465-7190. Who do you agree with, Garba Shehu or Governor Akeredolu? We've got Uche in Aja up first. Hello, Uche.
Sandra, Ezekiel, not Uche, Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, hello. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How was your day?
Very well. How was yours?
Yeah, we thank God. Let me say this. We don't know who our president is. And the governor is confused, just as Garba Shehu is confused. But, etc. There is nothing hidden that will not be unveiled. This we are talking now shouldn't be a talking point. I'm talking of from the two stakeholders or the two people that are talking. Because the way things are going now, they have come to think that, yes, if anything comes worse, nothing is going to happen to them. But the point remains that, what is their business in Ruga if they don't have hidden agendas? Sandra, if I tell you I don't want you in my house, is it my fault? If they are not welcome in my house, you will find elsewhere to be. We don't want them. We don't want them. All what they are just playing, they thought they are playing games. But by the time things turn around, they will know that it's not a child's play. Sovereignty belongs to the people, and the power emanates. Government cannot win the people. The people will win the government. So what we don't want it. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Ezekiel, for calling. 99.3, hello. Hello?
Hello? Hi, brother.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Ooh, I can.
Yes. Hi, Sandra. My name is Sandra. How are you doing?
Hi, Shadi. Very well.
Yes. Garba Shehu. Who is he again? Like, is he appointed? Isn't he a spokesperson?
Yes.
Why is he talking like he's, I don't know, an expert in this thing? I'm confused with people that are surrounding this president. Because they seem to act like they don't have a good agenda.
Oh, Shade, it's very noisy where you are. Maybe give us a call back. I think maybe the earpiece you're using isn't very good, or the car or whatever, but just try and give us a call back, okay? All right, then. The number to call for women, 01465-7190. For men, 0700-993-993-993. We've got Chioma in Abulegba on the line. Hello, Chioma. Welcome.
Hello, Sandra.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I laugh in Spanish.
Okay.
You see, the truth remains. We are not children. And thank God for education. Thank God because the world is a global village. The agenda of the Fulanis is being made manifest every day. We are seeing it.
What proof do you have that this is this is the agenda of an entire ethnic group? No, we can't make sweeping statements.
Excuse me.
No, Chioma, we can't make. Yes, it's your opinion. It's your opinion, but you're sharing that opinion on a very public stage.
Okay.
And certain opinions can be dangerous. They can have some consequences.
Good. Now, I know at least you'll be more than 20 years in this country. Since we are born in this country, have you seen any president that is so nepotic, that is so tribalistic, and not even hiding it? Have you ever seen it? Now, Malami came, a whole Attorney General of the Federation came on air, and the whole world was hearing him comparing killer herdsmen with the Igbos that deal on spare parts. Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you, huh?
That pay their tax and they add value to this community. Garba Shehu came out again. Come on, Sandra. You see, they're speaking the mind of presidents, if we have any. Because everything we are seeing is a pointer to something. As the second to the last caller said, there is nothing hidden that will never be unveiled. God is greater than any one of them. They won't kill all of us now. They will not. When they have called all the Fulani in the whole West Africa to come and join them to fight, let's see how it will end. God is on our side.
Chioma, thank you very much for calling. I'm very uncomfortable when we use language that what's the word I'm looking for now, that distributes group guilt, because it's the same way that Igbo people don't like when people say, for instance, that I don't know what's some thing that is often said about Igbo people or Yoruba people or Ijaw people or Tiv people or Biron people, just name it. I'm very uncomfortable when we use a thick brush and brush over like an entire ethnic group. It makes me very uncomfortable. I would prefer that when we talk about these things, especially when we don't have like factual information about these things, that we keep it to the players involved in the story. Right? So keep it at Garba Shehu, keep it at Governor Keridolu, keep it at the president. Don't start indicting an entire ethnic group. We've got Donald in Lekki on the line. Hello, Donald. Hello, Donald.
Hello, can you hear me?
Welcome.
Hello?
Hello, welcome.
Okay. Yes, I thank you for the job you are doing. I like the program. I want to comment on the issues you are discussing.
Mm-hmm.
The issue of herdsmen saying that, Garba Shehu saying that the open grazing law is against the freedom of movement.
Right.
I think it's I don't expect such from such caliber of person, because freedom freedom is when you have freedom to play your music, another person has freedom to stay in a quiet environment. So freedom means you can stand upright, stretch your hands without touching somebody else. So if they're exercising their freedom and infringing parents and other citizens, it's not fair.
Okay.
It's not fair. Okay, I could remember some years ago in Zamfara, they destroyed some Igbos that they were there selling drinks because the laws of the land did not permit such business in that area. And they have no option than to leave. So if this state say that, please, if you want to rear cattle in our place, ranch, I think it's a very simple thing. Why are they trying to compromise these things? I don't believe in saying Christians, Muslims, or Islamatizing this. We are all human. Let's understand this. Let's make laws in such a way that they will help ourselves. Because this fight has been for years, and we believe that this making of ranch can stop this, and it's helping. Look at the issue of Benue State. The issue of ranch has bring some peace. At least there's little peace now. Selling cattle around, and it's better now. So God should start to interpret laws that we know. Let them not bring things that another government will come and they will start compromising standards. Thank you.
All right, Donald, thanks for calling. 99.3, hello.
Hello.
Turn your radio off. What's your name? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My
All right, 99.3, hello.
hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Good afternoon. This is
This is who?
Dara.
Dorothy, welcome. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Concerning the issue at hand, I think it's very unrealistic for someone to make comparisons with people rearing livestock and then people selling paper. These are individual businesses. I don't think it should be made a matter of national concern. Where it becomes a matter of national concern is where it involves people's life and property. So if these guys have encroached and left the space of business to encroach into people's properties, into people's life, I think it should be treated as a security threat and should be addressed squarely regardless of who is involved or who isn't. So I think the government is entirely off in trying to make the comparison between people who want to ranch or who want to herd their cows and cattle and all of that, and then people who want to sell goods in a peaceful and in a peaceful environment. So basically, I think Garba Shehu has, in fact, I don't even think he makes anytime he opens his mouth to speak, it's always, you look at it and you're wondering, how do these people even come to meet us in first instance? It doesn't make sense. It's so, I just lack the words to put it, honestly.
Thank you very much for calling. If you just tuned in, you're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I told you that Garba Shehu blasted southern governors and Rotimi Akeredolu clapped back. That's our first story on the show. That's a story that everyone's talking about right now. Garba Shehu said that the southern governors' open grazing ban is politicking and a plan to, quote, demonstrate their power. He said it is very clear that there was no solution offered from their resolutions to the herder-farmer clashes that have been continuing in our country for generations, end quote. And then he questioned the legality of the open grazing ban. He echoed the position of Attorney General Malami that the ban violates the right to freedom of movement. Now, remember when we talked about this the first time, I told you that the Constitution says that freedom of movement is guaranteed to citizens. I don't know if cattle are citizens, but Shehu also went on to talk about the fact that these herdsmen are, some of these herdsmen are unwielding killer herdsmen. Well, we also have Rotimi Akeredolu, who responded to Garba Shehu and accused him of being an agent of confusion who doesn't really speak for the president. He challenged Shehu's claim about illegality, pointed out that the law gives governors control over all land in their state. You remember I made that point last week as well. Then he also said that the ban on open grazing doesn't stop freedom of movement. It only stops violence against innocent citizens. Oh, I should mention, by the way, that Garba Shehu says the president came up with a solution to end the crisis. He was talking about the plan of the president to roll out grazing reserves in willing states, that it will go a long way to resolving the problem. Akeredolu, by the way, faulted the ranching plan that Garba Shehu talked about. He said that it will allow the very same people that Garba Shehu called gun-wielding killer herdsmen to get land for free in peaceful communities. He faulted the idea of the ranches having schools and spaces for their whole families to move to. So Akeredolu was basically saying that these ranches are colonies, they are not businesses. And that was one of the big conflict points in the debate of Ruga versus NLTP. I think next week we're going to have to come back to that conversation about Ruga versus NLTP one more time. Because Ruga also had provisions for schools and settlements, which a lot of governors from North, Central and South did not want. That's why eventually the federal government shelved Ruga and went with NLTP instead, the National Livestock Transformation Program. So that's what we're talking about. That's the conversation we're having. Do you agree with Garba Shehu or do you agree with Governor Akeredolu? I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. It's 3:26. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and then take a few of your thoughts. Don't go away.
More conversation, more talk, more. Right after this.
The best of talk radio to start your day. The Morning Crossfire with Sheriff Quadri.
It is government silence and the silence on the part of the rest of us that have fueled all of this insecurity. Even from Lagos to Ibadan now, you need the blood of Jesus.
This thing is a political game. Jordan Barras, the others and the rest. The men of their wives are widows. They have been paid 50,000, 100,000. Today I have not paid my children's school fees. Even in our group chat, if you say anything about your boss or you complain, they will block you and remove from you. Because I've seen the truth.
The Morning Crossfire with Sheriff Quadri. Weekdays 5 to 9 a.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
My car was parked in front of my house and was vandalized. My neighbor said he actually looked through the window and saw the people taking out stuff from my car. He said he couldn't have it and his room is opposite mine.
Imagine that.
Let's talk.
Hi there. If anyone ever asks you for your banking app, password, or PIN, your card PIN, or the 3 numbers on the back of your card, your pay ID, or answers to your security questions, do not give it to them. These details are private and highly confidential. They must never be shared. Stay smart. Don't lose your money to scammers. This message is from Kuda Microfinance Bank, the bank of the free. Download Kuda on the Play Store or the App Store and open an account to enjoy free banking.
Are you looking for the perfect escape from the frenzy of everyday life? Lekki Leisure provides an astonishing view of the Atlantic Ocean with premium beach services, children's play area, private cabanas, quad bikes, beach soccer, volleyball, and much more. We are the right fun place for you. Our unique event spaces have impressive views of the ocean and city and are suited ideally for all your event purposes. Try our special Sunday buffet for amazing sizzling hot Chinese delicacies. Thursday night karaoke with complimentary drinks for the ladies. Make these unforgettable memories at our premium private beach located at Adekunle Animashaun Drive, Okunde Water Tourism Scheme, Lekki, Lagos. For more information, please call 0817-194-7130 or send an email to l3hubinfo@gmail.com. Lekki Leisure. Live more.
We Entertainment, in partnership with Riverside Productions, bring you this comedy blockbuster, One Lagos Night. Starring Frank Donga. Eniola Badmus, Aliunuhu, Chris Okabwe, Obolo, and lots more. Directed by Ekene Som Mekuye.
God, I swear to God, if after 7 days you don't answer me, I'll go meet the devil. Put in the dog. Read the word, just what's for the devil himself.
Premieres May 29th on Netflix.
Meanwhile, landlord carry come. Everything bring. What you say one? Check out, I know be quick not to do that. Based on rent, no carry our look come on. Which kind of team is this now? First, na job matter. Second, na that matter.
One Lagos Night. Anticipate.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
It's 3:30. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. Let's take a few of your thoughts and then move on to our second story, where we will talk about the proposed constitutional amendment to scrap the NYSC. Hello. Thank you for calling.
Hello.
What's your
Sandra,
name, sir?
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Actually, permitting to explain some certain things, and I hope you understand. To start with, I think the press generally are not actually doing enough for us to actually understand what is happening. Sandra, I don't know. I'm a farmer. I called this sometimes even last year that if you need fat, we could give it to you. As I'm talking to you, Sandra, today a bag of beans is sold for 75,000 naira. As of last year, I sold a bag of beans for 13,000 naira. Around hectares of farmland around Niger State. Today, all of us was running from that farm. See, let's call a spade and not stop between ourselves. I wrote an article and I said very soon, we in the southern part of this country will start eating our English, because I think our English is a major problem. We always want to hide away from the simple truth. I have a couple of my friends that are farmers. They all run away from the farm. They're in Lagos now. Everybody's about to run, to finish whatever money they've made in the past. And I wonder what will happen next. Now, the problem we have in Nigeria today is because these Fulani guys are coming to kill people in their farms. Let's not hide it from the truth. You have seen it in action before. Sandra, you understand my point. This is what I do for a living and I've stopped. And a whole lot of people are stopping. I've got big farms in Oyo State that are stopping now. They are selling their equipment. Imagine someone selling a bed of 30 weeks for 1,200, all because they need to run out of this country. Sandra, things are happening. These guys are devastating this country. I would don't understand. I will come on there, we'll keep speaking English every day. I think it's important for the press to actually do a real analysis of what the problem is and why we are today in terms of why there's food crisis, why everything is going up, why there's job losses. Let me explain this. People claim that it's lack of education in the north. Sandra, I schooled in the Ebonyi State. That's how I did my secondary school. And I'm living my business life in the north, the entire north. Mm-hmm. Everybody will not be educated. All of us will not go to school. There are people that their major job is to go to farm. I'm okay with it. But now these guys have come, they've chased out of the farm. What do you want them to do? Everybody's job there. Everybody's roaming about the street. Go to Kano, you see people walking up and down. Go to Kaduna, go to Katsina, the same thing everywhere. Come to Southwest, the same thing everywhere. I will keep hiding under one finger. Garba has come out to tell us what they want to do. And yeah, we are here using English to rub things off. My friends are dying. People are dying on a daily basis. People have been slaughtered as if they are cockroaches in their farms. Imagine someone borrowing money to invest in a farm. Sandra, someone borrowing money to invest in a farm, millions of naira. And these guys will just come with their cows, run the farm and kill the person resists. What are we saying? Things are getting bad every day. We keep coming here, we keep speaking English as if nothing is happening because we're in Lagos. Very soon to get everybody. Bag of beans now is not 75,000 naira. This is bag of the same beans that we were begging people to buy last year, 2 years ago. Why we heading to? And we come and think that nothing is happening in Lagos. The Okada guys have taken over Lagos State already. These guys are everywhere. And we keep asking if nothing is happening. Sandra, pepper is smell low. Pepper is smell. But I know when it's boss, it will get to every one of us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. We've got Frank on the line. Hello, Frank. Thank you for calling us. Hello, Frank.
Yes.
Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yes. Sandra, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Frank. Go ahead.
First time caller.
I'm glad to have you here. Go ahead.
Sandra, I want to react on Garba Shehu's statement.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you see, some things are happening in this country, then we will say, this one is said like this. We elected Mr. President to office. And every word that comes out from the presidency is from Mr. President. And when you just look at the body language of Mr. President and all his subordinates, it spells just one thing. It's quite unfortunate that sometimes we are not ready to call a spade a spade. I've been listening to your program. I listened to one man in the afternoon, in the morning, one captain, and he was emphasizing that even for other tribes to be promoted into the rank of a major general in this country, that is the grace of God. It's just one side of the country. Now, Garba Shehu has come out and said what he's saying now, because of what the southern governors have tried to put in place. Now this becomes an issue. This is a body language that very soon, that sometimes when we want to talk in radio, it will look as if we are trying to cause chaos. It's not. It's just that we have to call a spade a spade. What is happening, the body language of the president and his subordinates shows that there is no unity in this country. And it's a high time that we have to spell this out. And all of us have to share in this sentiment. There will be a time that sometimes when somebody will not be able to withstand what is going to happen. Because it's annoying that the country of 200 plus million people, that some group of people are just enslaved other people. That someone cannot go to his farm, someone cannot do anything because of one particular set of people. And everybody are closing eye, including the presidency. When we want to talk, they will defend themselves. When we want to talk, they will defend and say something else. This is quite unfortunate, but I know very soon, if care is not taken, I just pray that God will help us.
Frank, thank you very much for calling. Let's move on to our second story. There's a proposed constitutional amendment to scrap the NYSC. The amendment bill is in the House of Reps. Awaji Inimbek Abiante, representing Rivers State, introduced it. He said NYSC is no longer serving its original purpose. And instead, the NYSC is exposing corpers to insecurity, exploitation at their places of primary assignment, and bad conditions in orientation camps. Now, you know that NYSC was set up to foster national unity by sending young people to different parts of the country. The thinking was, if young people see how people in other states from other tribes are living, they'll realize that all of us are one and the same. But Abiante says this is not happening anymore anyway. He pointed out that because of the insecurity, most core members are no longer being sent to other geopolitical zones. So if NYSC is not sending young people to new parts of the country anymore, he doesn't think that there's any point to it. He also accuses the scheme of exploitation. He says many government offices and private companies have decided just to rely on the corpus supply, so they're not hiring new workers. They use the corpus as cheap labor. Abiante's key point, though, in all of what he said was security. He says that the government is no longer able to guarantee the safety of core members, and therefore it is unfair to young people and their families to force them into service. In recent years, we've seen the attacks on core members increasing, whether it's in elections or kidnappers or wherever it is they're doing their primary assignment. We've seen their security be less and less guaranteed. So, do you think that this call to scrap NYSC is valid? In other NYSC news, orientation is ongoing, but COVID vaccines are not compulsory in camp. NYSC says corpers in camp will not be required to get vaccinated if they don't want to. Now, this has raised concerns about whether or not the orientation camps will turn into super spreader hubs for the virus. The Corps Command says it's that they're following all COVID-19 protocols in the camp, so that they think it should be fine. Now, I served in Nigeria, served in a Nigerian camp. It's very difficult to do social distancing in camp. But I want to know if you agree that the orientation can happen, should happen, without mandatory vaccinations. Should orientation happen at all? Or should it wait until the pandemic is over? And what do you think about the move to scrap the NYSC? Do you think the country is too unsafe for corpers? Do you think government is unable to take proper care of these core members? And do you think NYSC is serving its intended purpose of fostering national unity? I mean, a lot of us served in the north. I served in Katsina State. And from what I'm hearing on my radio today, I don't think it's fostering a lot of national unity. But hey, you probably feel differently. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. You can still talk about Garba, Shehu, and Akeredolu. Who do you agree with, Garba, Shehu, or Akeredolu? And then, of course, tweet at us at Nigeria Info FM or share your thoughts on Facebook. Nigeria Info 99.3. That's our Facebook address. We've got Meg on the line. Hello, Meg. Thank you for calling us.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
If it's a good move because of security purposes, because these core members, they undergo so many things. Secondly, as an indication that the government cannot secure its people again. And thirdly, it's telling us that there's no unity again. And based on this, it's a very red flag to the nation called Nigeria. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Meg, for calling us. 99.3. Hello. Sorry about that. Let's take your call. Hello. Thanks for calling us.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sandra.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Very well. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Honestly, with the reasons you've highlighted, I actually want to agree that the scheme should be scrapped.
Okay.
I, for one, actually served in Kwara, and actually didn't see anything. Honestly, just one thing. There was nothing. Nothing in particular. All of us, we just came out, and like I was telling a friend not quite long, we're all about trading Bitcoin up and down. So there's really nothing particular that scheme is actually doing later or not. So if the security issue is because, truth be told, most of these guys that they're actually deploying to northern part, most of them are redeploying. So what is the essence? If you put somebody to somewhere like Bornu, he's actually looking for 40 to 50K to redeploy back to Lagos State or Ogun State. So what's the point? If the purpose is actually defeated, I actually don't see any reason why they should still move people, or the scheme should still be in existence. For me, as a person,
do you think that most of the unifying aspect of NYSC is actually what happens during those 3 weeks during orientation camp, and then afterwards, perhaps just do the orientation and that's it. Don't do anything else. What do you think? Instead of scrapping it, if fostering unity is what they're going for, if that's the reason why the scheme has continued, then perhaps just do the 3 weeks orientation, which is where a lot of people make all their friends. To be very honest with you, it's in the camp that you're making friends, making girlfriends, meeting people. So perhaps after that, that's it. Your term is over. Do you think that could work?
Yeah, if that is the case. But then, what about the security challenge? The 3 weeks is enough for anything to have. Even listen, if you put anybody to burn, even if it is 1 day they're going to spend there, they would prefer to spend 40 to 50K to deploy to Lagos, to spend that 1 day in Lagos. Nobody is willing to go to those kind of places. So if you're telling us that you want to unify, you want people to explore different places, the purpose is being defeated. So if the purpose is being defeated, I actually don't see the reason why the scheme should continue.
Well, thank you very much for calling. 99.3, hello.
Hello, Sandra. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name? Hi,
I'm
Ngozi.
calling from Ibeji.
Welcome.
Yeah. Talking about the NYSC, I think, Sandra, there is a purpose where NYSC was established in the first place. And going by that same purpose, I think the program has no place in this 21st century.
Okay.
The whole purpose, aim has been defeated long ago. In any way, I've not seen, yes, there are benefits for going for NYSC, maybe the fun and the all whatnot. But the issue, these are not the main purpose why it was established in the first place. People still go to the NYSC and still come back, the same graduates. And the tribalistic nature of these guys have not changed a bit. I remember in the camp, there is even no time anybody comes to do like an integration course in the camp. Maybe trying to bring the cultures together and all that. Yes, we mix together as people from different ethnic groups. It's not everybody that is sociable enough to make friends in the camp. People come to the camp and still go back the same way they came. Secondly, Sandra, if I want to ask a question, is it only the children, the sons and daughters of the poor or the middle class that needs the integration. Why is it that the children of the rich are not part of this integration?
They are. They actually show up to camp.
Sandra, they did not. In my own case, I served in Bauchi State, 2006. Sandra, a lot of these guys come to camp, register, and they go back to their homes. The next time you see them is passing out parade. You can find out from any other person is similar thing. They never live in the camp. They never do the drills in the camp. They never participate in anything in the camp. They only register and they zoom off. The next day you see them is passing out parade. If at all they show. And the next thing they pick their certificates. I want to say my younger brother was posted to Zamfara. My mother nearly died, Sandra. I flew this boy from Enugu to Sokoto. From Sokoto coming to Zamfara was another case entirely. When he got there, I insisted they must redeploy him that same day. After forth and back from the NYSC commander, they withdrew. They now redeploy him back to Enugu. From that Zamfara to Abuja, the same day, that was the day they had kidnapping of 2 vehicles that even some corps members were among. So what are we talking about? How would somebody expose the child to this kind of suffering in the name of NYSC? Sandra, if you check the population of the Northerners that come down to the south, southeast, and southwest for NYSC, I bet you will only see few middle belts. The core Northerners are no longer coming down here for NYSC. Go and check what I've said. So I think it should be scrapped and replaced with a paramilitary training. I'm even proposing from secondary, SS3. Then for those that may not continue to the university, then another one should be during the university. After you have finished university, you undergo a paramilitary training. This is what this nation needs most now, and not any form of integration. We need to learn how to defend ourselves. We need to learn basic military training, how to handle guns, how to do some basic military drills that you can save yourself or save your family tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ngozi, for calling. All right, let's bring you our third story. Police stopped mobs from burning down 2 of their stations here in Lagos. The first incident was in Ilekpo, near the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway. Allegedly, police officers shot a motorcyclist who was resisting their alleged attempt to extort him. When other motorcyclists heard about it, they formed a mob and they went to burn down the station. Police say they stopped them and that they arrested 12 people. The second incident was in Elemoro Police Division. There, again, an angry mob tried to burn down the police station. Details for that particular incident are not clear, but apparently it had something to do with a car accident in which somebody died. It seems the people blamed the police for reasons we don't know yet, and they tried to take the law into their own hands. But just like in the first case, the police overpowered them. Now, outside of Lagos, we've been seeing cases like this. Across the southeast and in parts of the south-south, we've seen report after report of police stations being burned down or police officers getting attacked in the streets. Now, obviously, the people doing this were not all angry motorcyclists. Some may have been robbers, some may have been angry youths, some may have been the so-called unknown gunmen. But what we do see is that all these different groups have suddenly started seeing the police as a target. And I want to know what you think is behind this. Do you think there's anything we can do to ease tensions towards the police and other institutions of governance? First of all, do you even think that there is a trend, or do you think that all of this is a coincidence? Then second, if you think that there is a trend, what do you think is behind it? What do you think the police can do to reduce the level of hostility towards them? Men, call me on 0700-993-993-993. Women, call me on 01465-7190. We've got WhatsApp 080-959-75805. We've got Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. YouTube, Nigeria Info FM, Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. I'm going to take one call, and then we're going to go to social media and take a look at all the comments you've left for us there. Raymond is on the line. Hello, Raymond. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well done.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to comment on your first story.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. See, Sandra, as I hear we are this way, I just sent for Gary. You know how much they say happen?
How much?
550 naira.
Oh, wow.
This, yesterday, 500. It's, in fact, this is now closer than rice. So, and these are the just imagine what that guy told you. That beans, they said beans 13,000 something last year. But now, this is now 70,000. So, if things are like that, I don't think it will work. Oh. In fact, I don't know where we are going. I don't know where we are going. Bye-bye.
All right, Raymond, bye-bye. We've got Yinka Librason on Facebook. He says, Governor Keredolu is right, also sensible. As for NYSC, it should be reformed, and we shouldn't cut the head off because of headache. There's also insecurity affecting education in general, but education won't be stopped. I'll advise that graduates should be posted around their geopolitical zones so that they can benefit financially, if possible, from it. They should deal with the corruption around it rather than cutting off the attendant benefits. Yinka, but if they serve in their geopolitical zones, it defeats the entire purpose. And the entire purpose was cultural integration, was ethnic integration. Nasser Yusuf Momo says, good afternoon. Bet me it won't be banned. Take this and put the date down. If you know how the program has become a drain pipe of resources, it is huge. Nasser talking about NYSC there. Nasser, thank you very much for your message. We've got WhatsApp messages, so let's take a look at some of them. The reinforcement of Malami's position by Garba Shehu is asinine and at best ludicrous. It's a reflection of the intellectual vacuousness that has become the hallmark of this regime. I am disgusted but not surprised by the prevailing orchestrated acts of subjugation of the South. Sam Ken John Oga with that message on WhatsApp. Peter Yorinde says that it's a long-ass message. He says, I advise that NYC should be scrapped and replaced with an idea. I really experienced poverty like never before at a remote area of Bauchi. I'd even begged my fellow corps members that were posted there. I intended to serve Nigeria in poverty, and I did. I had no water. I had no hostel. I served inside a mud shed and open classroom. I had no market. I had no light. I had almost no network, and I had a tiny generator that visits twice a week. In a week, there will be 6 cars that will pass the beautiful road. There are 18 permanent teachers in the school roster. Only 2 teachers show up 3 times a week, and the rest's job are done by corps members. I left in July 2010, and Boko Haram started their campaign exactly at my local government, Tafawa Balewa. It's a Christian-dominated local government. So what the government should do is have the scheme teach compulsory technical or entrepreneurship practicals. Most schools do entrepreneurial theories as GST nowadays. Let's use our service here at the NYSC camp in various states for a compulsory skill learning and exhibiting year. Pay them that 33K. Use the Nursal Cooperative by CBN to key in. No need posting to another state. All right. Thank you for your message. Good afternoon, President Sandra. This is Adeoye from Ikorodu. NYSC should be scrapped. Seriously, the purpose is being abused. Security is 0. Unity is 0. During my service year, most of the northerners you see only come to register or document their names. Then you see them during passing out parade. No good accommodation for corps members. For now, let's put a stop to it and let's do the needful. All right. We're going to take more of your thoughts when we come back from this break. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. We've brought 3 stories your way like we always do every day. And we're taking your thoughts on those stories. Don't go away.
You are listening to your number 1 station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
My people. How far now? See, if any kind person say you want the coded password for your bank app,
the three number wey dey for the back of your card, your pay ID, abi the answer for your security question. Abeg no give them all. All this information dem suppose dey coded. You no suppose share am with anybody. Make you wise up. No make dem scam you. This message na from Kuda Microfinance Bank, the bank of the free. Make you download Kuda for Play Store or for App Store to open account. Make you start to dey enjoy Awoof banking.
The best of talk radio to start your day. The Morning Crossfire with Sheriff Quadri.
It is government silence and the silence on the part of the rest of us that have fueled all of this insecurity. Even from Lagos to Ibadan now, you need the blood of Jesus.
This thing is a political game. Jordan Barras, the others and the rest. Their wife, the men of their wives are widows. They have been paid 60,000, 100,000. You today have not paid my children's school fees. Even in our group chat, if you say anything about the boss or you complain, they will block you and remove from you. Because I seen the truth.
The Morning Crossfire with Sheriff Quadri. Weekdays 5 to 9 a.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
My car was parked in front of my house and was vandalized. My neighbor said he actually looked through the window and saw the people taking out stuff from my car. He said he couldn't have me and his room is opposite mine.
Imagine that.
Let's talk.
Hi there. If anyone ever asked you for your banking app password or PIN, your card PIN, or the three numbers on the back of your card, your pay ID, or answers to your security questions, do not give it to them. These details are private and highly confidential. They must never be shared. Stay smart. Don't lose your money to scammers. This message is from Kuda Microfinance Bank, the bank of the free. Download Kuda on the Play Store or the App Store and open an account to enjoy free banking.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
3 minutes to 4 o'clock. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and we've got comments. Boy, do we have comments. Oh, my God. All right. So, first of all, we have a poll going on at the moment on Twitter where I'm asking if you agree with Garba Shehu or you agree with Governor Keredolu. And 96% of the voters agree with Governor Keredolu. So, go ahead and vote and let me know where you stand. We've got Omwe South Bini who says, nothing will ever make me allow my loved ones go and serve in the north. The slaughtering of corpus from southern extraction in Kaduna in 2011 when Buhari lost an election will never be forgotten. Francis Ego says it's not really a matter of whether we agree with either of them. It's an issue of law. In as much as we still pretend to be a nation governed by law, the law supports Akeredolu on this. Francis Ego, thank you. Adegboyega Dedeji says Garba Shehu has finally hit the nail on the head. Initially, many southern APC supporters and Buhari diehards fans thought Malami's statement on open grazing was his own personal opinion. Who is Garba Shehu speaking for? All right. We've got more comments here. We've got more people who are sending us comments. Jonathan, I've taken Jonathan's message before, so let's take Ajulu Charles. Ajulu Charles says, Governor Keredolu is aptly correct, and I must confess he is a man of valor, taking the bull by the horns. I am marveled that a whole presidency could be sectional and divisive. Why can't this government get one single thing correct with regards to the impulse of the society? All right. Are Sheriff wants to know why the president of a country never deems it fit to talk directly to his people. Let me go to Facebook, where we've got so many comments as well. Anthony Ofuya says, on the issue of discontinuing NYSC and reason proposed, it's like saying because gunmen are attacking schools, we should stop schooling in the country. NYSC was established for a purpose. Scrapping it will mean giving in to the criminals. It can be rebranded and well-funded to occupy our fresh graduates so they don't become too idle and become a threat themselves. Gerald Ihegaranya says, you forgot a police station was burnt in Niger State yesterday. Well, thank you for reminding me. On WhatsApp, Sandra, there's hunger in the land. The federal government of Nigeria lacks capacity to protect the farmers. Why not open the border so that people who have financial power can import food and other essential products? The borders are not closed. The borders have been open for a while now. Secondly, the primary objective of NYSC has failed, so I support its abolishment. That's a message from Amechi Anaduaka All right. Sandra, a police station in my local government, Ezag, was razed down in the early hours of today. One of my kingsmen was among the 4 officers that were burnt to death. I don't know if I should mourn or laugh because people from my community have been supporting the activities of these marauding unknown gunmen. Sandra, we must begin to discourage these incessant attacks on police facilities. It will never do us any good in the long run. Victor from Ijegun says. All right. Vaughn is here. She has business news to bring your way. After that, Chukwudi Ezugu will bring you Community U Report. I am Sandra Ezekwesili. Don't go away.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.